What I'm just going to do is I'll just take down some points and then work off of my points. And I did say I'm working on my eloquence, but another reason is because I'm a writer, I'm a published author, and I have books that I have to write. And I have started writing, but when I put in so much work into my YouTube videos and you see how my views and subscription and any way that I can benefit from my material is being frustrated, So that's a lot of work and being frustrated. But I need time to write. So with this, the videos are going to be longer. However, hey, it's going to be so easy for me to edit because I'm not taking out any noise. I'm not doing all of that. I will try my best. And because of the way I'm going to be editing my videos, I'm not going to play the music. I'm not going to play any music when I'm speaking. Maybe sometimes, but not like throughout the period, because I want my viewers to be able to listen and enjoy the material that I'm putting out. So let me go right into the clip that I put up, and at the start of the clip, she said she didn't believe that these men like Doug Wilson and other Christian nationalists that speak about women so lowly, so disturbingly lowly. She doesn't believe that they can pull this war on women off, but she'll be surprised. She'll be surprised how deeply people like this have infiltrated every aspect of America. For me, it's bigger than the Christian nationalist. It has a lot to do with a topic that I'm currently working on, and this is also why I'm doing this, because I need to be consistent with my website. I feel like I need an assistant, or maybe I just need a sweetheart that loves me enough, and we're working on my website, and then we're making money. Oh, I'm kidding, but so I have to keep writing. So I can't waste too much time. Like the last video, I edited it in about 5 minutes. Unlike the other videos that takes me about an hour plus just to edit the audio. Just the audio. No, that's a crazy amount of time. But if I can edit this in 5 minutes, because I'm literally not, let me see how much time. You see, I'm ranting again. So I'm beating about the bush a little too much. But I'm literally not doing that much editing. You're going to just have to deal with the noise. I'm sorry, but I'll try to exclude as much as I can as quickly as possible, because once I'm done with this, straight up to writing. Actually, right now, once I'm done with this, I'm going to head to the gym. And once I'm back from the gym, tidy up a little bit, and I'm straight up writing right now. I have to work on my writing. But back to topic. I was veering off a little too much. So she doesn't believe that they can pull this war off on women. But she'll be surprised at how deeply these people have infiltrated every aspect of America. Now, this was one of the first things that Elon Musk pointed out when he was heading Doge. He talked about this infiltration, but he was talking about how the infiltration was, everything in America was essentially geared towards favoring illegal immigrants. But it's this whole big ball of wax. It's not black and white as such, but it's still these same shadow people, and they are petty as F-U-C-K. They are petty as F-U-C-K. And I'll give you, they've controlled everything. I remember sometime last year, just one of the many horrible things that these people were doing to me. I'm not trying to sugarcoat the gang stalking, because I understand. I totally understand. A lot of people are going through it, and a lot of the people going through it don't really understand what's happening to them. So hopefully you listen to what I have to put out. show me some love and support, reach out and we can talk about it. Or if you know someone who's been talking about going through some crazy stuff, hook them up with my channel. This is the best channel on YouTube. It doesn't get any better. I promise you. So anyway, something happened to me last year. I'm going to share it with you guys and girls. Of course, guys and girls. I love the good guys of the world. Okay. I'm not a what is that word? A male hater, but I believe in knowing the nature of a thing, and every person has a nature. And this ties in with, now I know I'm going off topic. I'm very cautious of that, but this ties in with a future topic that I'm going to be covering later, which talks about the concept of enemy, which the Igbo calls Ilo. And the way the Igbos in their prime, Igbo people in their prime perceived an enemy is different from the way we perceive enemies today. It is all about, Ilo is literally just everything and anything outside of you. Back to topic. So that's why you need to get people to subscribe, right? So I was talking about something that happened to me last year. I can't even remember their reason, but I know that these people are monitoring me 24/7. Every word out of my mouth, these people have it on record. Every single word out of my mouth, these people have it on record. And last year, maybe I was listening to a group of musicians that were like maybe white women, and I get attacked. Sometimes it happens. I could be listening to a group of black women, I get attacked. I could just admire someone, I get attacked. So it's the craziness of this craziness of theirs. In the midst of that, sometime last year, and this is something that they can't hide it. The U.S. government can, if the U.S. government really wants to investigate what I'm about to say right now, they can, and they will find out. I needed to, because they know my schedule. So it was time for me to maybe pay my bills, and as at that time, I was making a cashier's check to pay my rent because the apartment manager, for whatever reason, said she was no longer accepting checks. So now I have to get a cashier's check and pay about $10 on top. So I went to the bank that's closest to where I was working, and when I got there, they said, because I got there and I have this, I don't know if it's a good or a bad habit of getting to a location that I want to go to, and if I'm so into the music, I literally stay in my car, and I could be in my car for up to 30 minutes just listening to music and just having a blast and just blasting and and that fateful day, that was exactly what I did. I got to the bank. I was in the parking lot. I didn't go in immediately. I was just in my car blasting music, having a blast and having a ball for about 30 minutes. And when I got into the bank, they said, the system has been down for about 30 minutes. I was like, wow. So I already knew that was an attack because there are other incidents that have taken place relating to my bank. And by the way, President Trump, when I moved to LA, the bank that I had was Chase Bank. I was also debanked by Chase Bank. They closed my bank account. No reasonable, after something. I said, what happened? No explanation, nothing. It was very devastating for me because where I was coming from, I enjoyed having that Chase Bank account. Many years later, I went back, hey, can I open? They said, nope. After considering it, they just closed my bank. No explanation. I was also debanked by Chase Bank, just so that you know, President Trump. But anyway, I went there, and my current bank, that branch, the system is down. And I wasn't on the clock. I was at work, but I had an hour break period. So I said, cause I really needed to get this cashier's check. So I went to the next closest bank branch. The same problem. Oh, and they were all Hispanic people smiling. Oh, we've been down for a certain amount of time. The same amount of time, the time they kept on giving me was about the time I arrived at the parking lot of the first branch. So it didn't take me long to realize that a perimeter, because that's how they operate. They see people is still that anenwe obodenwe mentality that I've talked about in previous videos. They believe they own certain areas. They believe they own certain people. So I already knew. I didn't even have to think too much. I immediately understood that this whole area, this whole vicinity, if I go to any branch in any of those in that area, I will get the same story. And I really needed to get my cashier's check. Otherwise, I'll be paying a late rent fee. So what I did was I went deeper. I just went into a totally different neighborhood, and it was a gamble because my lunch, I didn't have lunch that hour. I literally forfeited my lunch in order to get that cashier's check. I went far. And when I got there, no problem. Got my cashier's check. The lady at the cashier, very lovely lady, a Hispanic lady as well. Lovely Hispanic, perfect, amazing customer service. And I got what I wanted, and then I immediately sprinted back to work. So they have infiltrated everything, my dear. Don't get it twisted, because they keep pushing it. And these people want complete control. Because my experience has revealed to me that they want absolute control over me. They want a situation where but they failed. You can't plant this idea in my head. The whole idea of a sleight of hand, using your trickery on someone is that the person doesn't realize what you're doing. But once they know your trick, it's like, it's not going to work. So I understand what the whole agenda is. A convoluted thing. There's a lot of interest is to create a situation where they plant in my head that every good thing in my life is because of them. They don't want me having independent thoughts. You have to think the way we want you to think. You have to behave the way we want you to behave. When we want to have sexual access to you, we want you to give us unrestricted sexual access to you. When we want you to hurt innocent people, we want you to go and do just that. It's kind of like the Mission Impossible movie where someone is just chilling, or the Jason Bourne movies, and then they just receive a call. Go and do ABC, and they leave every single thing they are doing and go and do ABC. It looks so cool in the movies, but let me tell you, in real life, these people are hurting innocent people. They are hurting innocent people. But let me leave that point because I have a host of other points to address. Now, she said they are shooting themselves at the foot, and I couldn't agree anymore. They actually are. These people are the serpent eating its tail. There's an image there's a symbolism of a serpent eating its tail, and that's just what they are. Because the system that they are fighting for is parasitic. It cannot work. So she's right on that. Let me leave that point and go to my next point. So she talks about Christianity and, on the surface of it, the good thing, I was born into a Catholic household. And I'm going to shock you guys right now. I came really close to becoming a nun. That is how Catholic I was. I came very close to becoming a nun. Oh my goodness. This video is going to be too long, but it's worth it. It's going to be loaded with information. So I'm just going to go straight and hit my points. And so Christianity is good. It's good, but it doesn't teach you how to defend yourself. As a matter of fact, Christianity discourages you from defending yourself. That's the problem. And Christians are not ready for the true history of Christianity. But despite knowing this about Christianity, I will tell you now, I love my Psalms. I love my Psalms. There's a song I used to sing. There's a song, one of my favorite Christian songs from the Psalms. Let me see if I can find it. We used to sing, when I was much younger. I grew up in a very Christian household. We literally would pray the rosary every day up until I was about 10 years old. That's how Catholic we were. We would have family devotion, my father, my mother, my siblings, and we're all praying the rosary. Oh, actually, we prayed every day, but we prayed the rosary on Saturdays. And we also took part in family novenas and stuff. But let me see. Unto thee, O Lord. So Psalm 25, I guess, is what I'm talking about. I love that song. I love the song that I learned, Unto thee, O Lord, do I lift up my soul. And the part where, oh my God, I trust in thee. Let me not be ashamed, let not mine enemies triumph over me.